Oh, hey witches! Happy Thursday! Today is Thursday, April 9th, and I am your morning witch. And it's not the morning because my day got a little messy because I was up until almost 4 a.m. cleaning. Trigger warning if you get grossed out easily. Okay, you've had enough time to decide. My daughter wants me to preserve her placenta as a wet specimen, so I was cleaning that until about 4 a.m. I was tired. I did not get up early. I did not get going early. Hey, but Thursday is all about practical magic, and part of practical magic is, going easy on ourselves, taking it easy when we know we need to. But that is not the message for today because I want to stick in the theme of gardening that I started at the beginning of the week because 'tis the season, y'all. April 7th was, I don't know how to describe it because I don't know the right words, but basically there's a belief system that between March 25th and April 7th, the world's kind of opening up and getting ready to allow us to do things like plants and whatever, but right then, she's doing her thing, and we're not supposed to do anything. So now that the 7th has happened, I'm really all about doing stuff in my garden. And I know that that can be intimidating to some people, especially those who have never, started things from seed and whatnot. So practical magic is understanding the processes that we want to engage with, right? Just like with that wet specimen preservation, I had to study what to do. I don't know what I'm going to do otherwise, right? I don't just know. And we don't always just know about certain things like planting or gardening or how to properly care for certain things that we haven't otherwise been taught how to do. So one thing that I was always kind of intimidated by when I first started my gardening journey, and I'm definitely a seed starter versus getting a starter plant kind of gardener. So there are all these little seed packets that you can buy at the store, right? Or if you are lucky enough to live in a community as amazing as mine, maybe you get ones given to you for free. And they have information on them, especially the ones you get at the store, right? They have all this stuff, and it can seem like you don't know how to decode it, right? But basically, this map of the United States always tells you when you should plant based on where you live in the country, okay? Then it tells you what kind of sunlight, what kind of moisture, how deep to plant, how far apart to plant, and how long it'll take you to get a harvest once you have planted. And when you're in the store and there's this big display of all different plants in front of you, and it's just mesmerizing, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you just start grabbing packets. But then you wind up with things that you won't use, or you have no interest in growing, or you don't have the right environment to grow. So there are a couple of things that can help. A, knowing how to read the back of those packets. B, not feeling rushed. Take your time and read the back of those packets. Go ahead. Educate yourself about the plants you're thinking of planting. Maybe there's something you really, really, really want to grow, but it's really, really, really going to require more space or more time or more sun availability than what your property provides. C, before you go into the stove, know where you want your plants to go, because that's going to determine what kind of sunlight or what kind of lighting availability they'll have. You need a full sun area to plant plants that need full sun. You need a very shady area to plant things that do not like a lot of sunlight. My morning glories, they love the garden under my tree because of all the dappled sunlight. My husband wanted me to move them because he thought they were choking out his blackberries. I moved them, and anywhere that they had high sunlight, they did not survive. Luckily, some are still in the blackberry garden because I like my morning glories a lot. But anyway, D. Don't get seeds you're not gonna use. And by that I mean not just that you're not going to plant, but why plant food that you or people in your household are not going to eat? What purpose does that serve unless you are doing this for a community garden where what your personal choices are don't matter? But if we're talking about a personal garden, you're talking about your backyard or your front yard or wherever it is that you may be choosing to grow food or herbs. There is no point in growing a plant that will produce food that will only go to waste because you and your family won't eat it and you don't have some way of getting it to others who will eat it. If you want to grow food for the community, like I said, like that's a great thing, and then your personal choice there doesn't matter, just what your space can accommodate matters. And that makes it, that takes one piece out of the step. But these are all very important steps that are very easy. And if you just do the small steps at a time, it can be less intimidating to start your own garden journey. I love growing my own food. I love harvesting my own food. I love communing with the land as I plant and as I harvest. For me, it's very spiritual, and that makes my meals kind of more fulfilling, right? And I'm not telling anybody how to be with their grown food. I'm just sharing my experience and why I am choosing to talk about this, I guess, because I know some people this message doesn't really matter to you or affect you, and I totally get that, and we'll see you on Folklore Friday in that case. Everybody else, I really don't have anything else to say. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments and I will absolutely answer. And I hope I didn't gross anybody out too bad with my project that's going on. I don't think I'll share pictures, but maybe. Who knows? We'll see how proud I am at the end. It was a very interesting experience so far. Happy Thursday, y'all. Bye.